Doc, really impressive finish there, but they really brought the heat for Dockers for the first 3 quarters. You had to work hard for that one.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I thought Fremantle's pressure right from the start was elite. They were at us, and I actually was happy with the first quarter, even though we didn't kick a score. But then I thought the second and third quarters, clearly they probably had the better of the game. So that was good. I mean, not good. It was good that we were able to respond to that challenge. But yeah, all credit to Freo and the way they went about it.
And were you pretty confident 3-quarter time? There was a bit of a breeze, and it was probably behind your back for that last quarter.
Yeah. No, look, we've finished pretty strong all year, but clearly we were well behind, and probably even late in the third they had a couple of chances where if they'd have been able to get it out to a 3-goal game, then it might have that gets a bit tricky. But yeah, no, obviously really strong last quarter performance. Started to win some ball out of the centre bounce, and yeah, and our forward line was able to convert, which was great.
You were able to get it out of the centre. How happy were you with the forward line-up and how it was moving? It was a bit different this week, a couple of additions.
Yeah. Well, it's handy to have her back, and it was really good for her to go into the midfield in the last quarter. So through the pre-season, she did quite a bit of work with our mids. But obviously coming back after an injury layoff, we predominantly used her forward. But in the last, to be able to throw her up there and for her to have an impact was really good.
And to be able to put Chelsea down in the forward line and get a goal straight up.
Yeah. Sometimes you get lucky, but you get luckier when Chelsea Randall's in your team. She's obviously been having a great season, and that ability to use her in some different roles is important for us. So I thought Kiara Bauer's game was outstanding. I thought, her pressure, her ability to win clearance, but on the flip side, our mids as a collective were able to hang in there, and even though I felt she was probably the dominant player on the ground, Ebony's first half absolutely, and got into the game in the second half, and so just across the course of the game we were able to sort of wear them down a little bit.
Got Brisbane next week. It's going to be a massive challenge for you and for them. It's going to be one of those big blockbuster games for you.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So I think, as I say, normally, obviously Fremantle have had a challenging season with their injury and so forth at the start of the year, but generally Adelaide Fremantle's a great game, and guess what? It was a great game. Clearly Brisbane, they've probably been the form team of the comp thus far. So to get a chance to go up there and to compete against them will be really good.
Feel better having you challenged as well today about next week? Obviously a couple of easier games in terms of...
Look, well, I mean, the last 2 weeks, the contest has been at a really high level, but clearly we haven't been under as much pressure defensively, so to have that situation today and to obviously be behind and to find a little bit, that's a great preparation for not only next week, but for what's to come in the back end of the season.
Exciting AFLW product.
Oh, absolutely, no. So we wrapped, as I said, when we announced that she was going to be selected. She's just trained the house down. She's got great energy, great enthusiasm. She's going to be a really good player. But obviously it's early in her career, so for her to be able to get exposed to a really hot game like that, that'll be great for her long term.
And if we're throwing ahead, what's the key to beating Brisbane? How do you beat them?
I don't worry about that next week, to be honest. I'll just enjoy this one. I mean, I've obviously watched a little bit of their footy, and their capacity to use the ball, to use the space, and to run is probably as good as anyone in the comp. So we're going to have to be, at our best to match that. But we'll worry about that next week.
And Goldie and Monty, they've obviously become a really good one-two punch. How have you seen their development across the year?
Yeah, well, I thought some of Caitlin's marks ahead of the ball were outstanding, and then Montana late in the game was able to take some really telling marks behind the ball. So they are a little bit different in the way that they play their footy. So that's nice for us because it gives us some variety when we look at our ruck options. But they're definitely working really well as a ruck tandem.